This Easter, don't bring another grocery store dessert. Bring something dangerous. Introducing Bambi's Sugar Syndicate Easter Collection. 5 handcrafted gourmet fudge squares. 2 pounds of soft melt-in-your-mouth authority. Pastel swirl, white chocolate. Smooth, creamy, spring in every bite. Cookies and cream, bunny dirt. Rich, crunchy, unapologetic. Malted chocolate nest, old school sweetness with a crunch that hits back. Carrot cake, cream cheese, warm spice, toasted walnut, silk finish. Lemon coconut spring, bright, smooth, finished with toasted coconut. Every square cut thick, every flavor layered, every bite syndicate approved. Wrapped in pastel elegance, finished with gold detail, limited Easter drop. 2 full pounds, $50 per box. Because Easter baskets are cute. But power? Power comes in fudge form. Bambi's Sugar Syndicate. Sweet, soft, syndicate approved. Limited quantities. When it's gone, it's gone.
Muggs, what the fuck you doing in there, you prick?
Pizzaversa Studios. Palermo Productions presents Analyzing Evil, Ego, Power, and the Making of Heisenberg. Walter White. From Breaking Bad. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent D'Apreo. This was never about cancer. When audiences first meet Walter White, they are presented with a narrative of desperation. A dying man, a failing provider, a sympathetic underdog. But psychological analysis demands we separate narrative from motivation. Walter White did not descend into crime because of cancer. He entered crime because cancer removed long-term accountability. The diagnosis functioned as a psychological accelerant. It did not create ego. It removed inhibition. The narcissistic wound. Walter once co-founded Gray Matter Technologies. He exited early. The company became worth billions. He remained a high school teacher. This created what clinical psychology identifies as a narcissistic injury, a perceived theft of status, recognition, and legacy. Narcissistic injuries often produce chronic resentment, revisionist personal narratives, obsession with recognition, sensitivity to disrespect. Walter constructs a belief that the world denied him greatness. Whether fully accurate or not is irrelevant. Perception fuels behavior. Status, anxiety, and identity fragility. Walter's life before crime is stable, but stability does not satisfy him. He suffers from status anxiety, the fear of being ordinary. Notice his disproportionate reactions to humiliation, student disrespect, workplace degradation, financial dependence, Hank's overt masculinity. Each scenario activates identity threat. When identity feels threatened, compensatory dominance behaviors emerge. Walter does not seek equality. He seeks superiority. Moral reframing. Walter initially frames his criminal actions as provision. I'm doing this for my family. However, behavioral escalation contradicts this. When financially secure, he continues. When offered exit opportunities, he refuses. When conflict arises, he expands. This indicates a shift from survival motive to dominance motive. Psychologically, this is moral disengagement, a process in which individuals justify harmful actions through cognitive reframing. Common distortions Walter exhibits. Euphemistic labeling, it's business. Displacement of blame. Minimization of harm. Strategic victimhood. Each distortion reduces guilt. Each reduction increases capability. Power as neurochemical reward. Power stimulates dopamine pathways. Control reinforces reward circuits. Fear-based respect produces identity stabilization. Walter's transformation into Heisenberg reflects neurological reinforcement. The famous declaration, I am the one who knocks, is not bravado. It is identity consolidation. He is no longer reacting to humiliation. He is generating it. Relational dominance. Walter's relationship with Jesse Pinkman reveals coercive control patterns. Intermittent reinforcement. Emotional manipulation. Isolation tactics. Conditional validation. Jesse becomes both surrogate son and psychological punching bag. This reinforces Walter's authority. His relationship with Skylar also shifts from partnership to dominance hierarchy. Posture changes. Tone changes. Spatial control behaviors increase. These are classic behavioral markers of escalating power assertion. Moral point of no return. The moment Walter allows Jane to die marks psychological transition. He is no longer rationalizing survival. He is optimizing control. The removal of empathy as decision factor is critical. After this point, Walter operates on outcome logic. And outcome logic without empathy produces systemic cruelty.
In a quiet suburban kitchen, one man decided scrambled eggs weren't enough. He wanted precision. He wanted control. He wanted the perfect omelet. Welcome to Breaking Brunch, the only cooking show where every recipe is measured to 99.1% purity. Today, we're not making pancakes. We're engineering them. The blueberry meth cakes. Now in a 99.1% pure blueberries. Chemically balanced buttermilk ratio. Syrup reduction calibrated to the gram. Ego-infused whisk technique. If it's not symmetrical, start over. Failure is not an ingredient. Notice the whisk grip. That's dominance. Signature knockout chili. Layered spice strategy. Psychological intimidation simmer. Garnish applied with surgical authority. If the neighbors aren't confused, you under-seasoned. In this kitchen, we don't eyeball measurements. We calculate destiny. The ego reduction sauce. Because sometimes you gotta reduce yourself before you reduce the heat. Breaking Brunch does not condone illegal activity. All blue substances are food coloring. Any resemblance to fictional chemistry teachers is purely dramatic coincidence. Breaking brunch, where breakfast meets ambition. Sundays at 9. Because brunch is a power move.
Final self-awareness. In the final episode, Walter admits, "I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it." This is the most psychologically honest moment of the series. It reveals that beneath the rationalizations was pure ego gratification. He did not break bad. He revealed unmet ambition. Why Walter White terrifies us. Because he is plausible. He is not psychotic. He is not impulsive. He is intelligent, strategic, and wounded. He demonstrates how resentment breeds rationalization. Pride suppresses empathy. Power reshapes identity. Ego demands expansion. Walter White is not a monster born. He is a man unexamined. And unexamined ego is combustible. The tragedy of Walter White is not his death. It is his fulfillment. He achieved the dominance he always believed he deserved. And in doing so, he dismantled everything he claimed to protect. That is the psychology of Heisenberg. This has been Analyzing Evil, a Pizzaverse Studios and Palermo Productions documentary breakdown. If you enjoyed this deep psychological analysis, like the video. Comment which character we dissect next. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode. We break down villains differently here. Not just what they did, but why they did it. Thank you for watching. And remember, evil doesn't always shout. Sometimes it teaches chemistry. See you in the next episode. They told you wrestling was about glory. They showed you the lights, the pyro, the gold belts, the entrance music. But they never told you about the pain behind the curtain. On March 2nd, we pull back the curtain. Expired professional wrestler Joe Bruno. A man who's taken more bumps than a Jersey pothole in February. A man who's bled under the lights and paid the price when they shut off. And sitting across from him, Bambi Palermo. Sharp, fearless, no soft questions. Because this ain't kayfabe, this is the truth. What really happens after the crowd goes home? Who protects the protectors? And what does the squared circle take from you that it never gives back? From championship highs, to broken bodies, to backstage politics that hit harder than any steel chair, Joe Bruno tells it all. No scripts. No gimmicks. No mercy. This ain't about wrestling. It's about survival. It's about ego. It's about what happens when the spotlight fades and you're left alone with the damage. March 2nd, 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern. Streaming on YouTube. The dark side of the squared circle. Where legends talk. And the truth hits harder than the mat. A Pizzaverse Studios and Palermo Productions podcast.
trying to pull their wings off so they can't fly. And oh, but she's so brave though, just like a tornado. She's taking us by storm. You can't stop the girl from going. You can't stop the world from knowing. The truth will set you free. Oh, you can't stop the girl from going. You can't stop the world from knowing. The truth will set you free. Oh, you can't stop the girl. They're trying to take our voices, they're trying to make our choices, so we scream loud, loud, loud. And oh, I know you feel the lightning, and it's so exciting, so here we go. You can't stop the girl from going. You can't stop the world from knowing. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. You can't stop the girl. You can't stop the girl. You can't stop the girl. No, you can't stop the girl. Oh, I know you feel the lightning, and it's so exciting, so here we come.